that was an awesome college basketball game and two really good teams. Told our team it felt like a Sweet 16 matchup on a neutral court is what it felt like playing in that game. West Virginia, glad we don't have to play them again and excited to root for them now when March Madness rolls around. But that was, you guys, I thought we controlled most of the game. West Virginia deserves a lot of credit in the third quarter. They came out at halftime and put us on our heels. But these guys bounced back in the fourth quarter, which is what they've done all year. All year they've found a way to close games out. And so I think we're now the second team in college basketball that hit the 30-win mark, which is just an incredible accomplishment for a group that's half the team's new. But it starts with these two, and I want to talk about these two just for a second. They're two of the biggest names in college basketball, and the only reason this thing's working is because they're just selfless, and they have truly no ego. All they care about is winning and figuring out what the team needs, and so it's just been incredible to be on this journey with these two. And it's why we got a chance to play for a title tomorrow, and it's why we're 30-3.
All right, thank you. Right here.
Stephen Johnson, Fort Worth Star Telegram. Question for you, Hailey. I remember at that Kansas State game, you kind of challenged the team that you guys need to be more consistent when handling physicality. Obviously, you guys did a great job today. How much has this team grown in terms of being able to handle like full court presses and trapping as that?
Yeah, we've grown so much in that area, and I'm grateful for those opportunities that showed us that we needed to get better, and all the teams that have pressed us, pressured us, and gave us practice, because in this moment we needed it and we were able to deliver. Super proud of Donovan Hunter, man. She has came so far with that. She handled a lot of the pressure to help give me a break. She brought it up a ton. So she's probably the biggest part in that, and so I couldn't be more proud of her.
All right, over here to the left.
Coach, I know Hailey just brought it up, but the pressure. West Virginia, college, you guys 12 turnovers, and they scored off of all of those. Just what makes them so tough? Is it their scrappiness? Is it their their toughness? What makes them so tough?
Oh, they're so well coached. They do, that staff does a phenomenal job, and they've been doing this system style of play all year. But to be honest, 12 turnovers is low. If we have 12 turnovers every game, I'll take that. So fortunately, we did an amazing job taking care of the ball. But they just make you uncomfortable. They do a great job switching between their man and matchup. And those two guards, they're as good a backcourt as anybody, both on offensive side and defensive side of the ball. But during the game, it didn't feel like we only had 12 turnovers, but I'm proud of the group and how they handled it.
Hailey, it seemed like you made a point to get to the paint, draw some fouls. Was that a point of emphasis for you today?
Yeah, they play a really good matchup zone, and in that matchup zone, they're so aggressive that the middle of the key was going to be wide open. And so it's my job to do that. That's my role on the team, is to get paint touches and create out of the paint. And so that's what I was going to do, and it was working, so I just kept going to it, and my teammates were able to get me the ball in spots where I was able to do that. So there's a lot of factors that, play into that, but at the end of the day, that was the read. And so I was just going to keep taking it and be aggressive. I wasn't able to get to the paint a lot in yesterday's game because Colorado was so packed in, and the read was kicking out. So I kicked out, and today I had the opportunity to drive and get some looks, and that's what I did.
Front left.
Sedona, you guys haven't played back-to-back games since November, and you and Hailey especially played a lot of minutes since then. How do you kind of gear yourself up for game 3 in a row tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, this is something new for me, for sure, but it's about taking care of your bodies. That's the most important part, right? Everyone's beat up, everyone's tired, everyone's, the championship game, both teams are going to be playing 3 games in a row. But the truth is at the end, the championship game is about mental toughness and who wants it more, right? Everybody's hurting, everybody's sore, everybody can make excuses, but the team that's going to go out there and want it and fight for it, no matter what they feel, is going to be the one to win it.
Back on the podium.
Hailey in Sedona, Channel 6, Raven Ray in Tulsa. I just want to ask about, you said, I know Mark said that you guys don't want to face West Virginia again, but you've got Baylor or OSU you lost on the road too, and then also 3-point victories with Baylor, I believe. Kind of, what do you look at with those two opponents coming up?
Yeah, well, they're very different styles of play. I would say Baylor is a little bit more similar to West Virginia, and Oklahoma State is a little bit more similar to Colorado. So actually, the first two games we've played have prepped us for either team that we could face tomorrow. So I feel confident that we'll be able to handle either style of play, but it doesn't matter who's on the other side, you guys. When on a championship on the third day of the tournament, for us, some people it might be more days, but third day for us, it's about wanting to compete and wanting to be in that opportunity and not being scared. So no matter who it is, we're going to have the same mentality, and that's to be the aggressor.
Okay, we're going to stay on the podium and then we'll come to you.
Sedona, since you didn't answer that last one, obviously you were on the team last year, and now this team is competing for a Big 12 championship for the first time. What is that like, from those team tryouts last year to this year competing for a championship?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's amazing, a blessing. Genuinely all glory to God. God has put together this team, and last year we didn't know why we were going through those trials, right? It was so unbelievable, but it is starting to make sense now. And so, just so thankful for these girls, for Hailey coming and giving this team a chance, right? To hear that you're having walk-on tryouts is a little bit insane, but she trusted Mark and she saw us, and then she was like, you know what, this is the team for me, and she believed that God was pulling her to this school for a reason. And so it's amazing, it's incredible, it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of patience, but yeah, I mean, it's an incredible feeling.
Hey, that sequence in the fourth quarter, I think Madison missed like 2 threes, but you guys kept feeding her. I guess how big was that moment? How much confidence do you guys just have in her?
How much confidence do I have in her? I don't care if she's at half court. If nobody's guarding her, shoot it, Madison. Like, she is one of one. No other shooter like her in the country. She's so pure. Like, I literally threw it to her and I was like, shoot it. Like, I didn't care. I was open. I want her to shoot it because I know that's what she does. Yeah, and I respect people like that so much that have that inner confidence to just let it fly still. And it was an important shot. It wasn't like we were up a ton and it didn't matter. Like, that shot mattered. And so if you got the confidence to shoot it, by all means, I have 100% trust and faith in you. So I couldn't be more happy for her. And, I don't remember the last time she got 10 attempts up. So, hopefully we can keep her in a rhythm, and she'll have a great game tomorrow.
Coach, last week after the Baylor win, you said this team had nothing left to prove, but that they had a chip on their shoulder. Players played with a lot of emotion today. How easy is it for you to know this team is going to come out and compete, even when, there's obviously a championship on the line, but they have nothing left to prove when it comes to March Madness?
Yeah, this DNA that they have, it's in their blood. It's the way they're wired. You couldn't channel it back if I wanted to. And these two, and they've been in college and they've been in these big games, and when you get to have these experiences, it's addicting. You want to get back, and you want to have a chance to cut nets, and you want to compete for championships. So our body of work heading into this tournament, I didn't think we had to prove anything to the committee, but I got news. These two, when it's time to lace them up and a chance to step on their court, they have no chill. It's game on.
Okay, we have real quick. We're going to go Kathleen, go back here to the front, and then one more green sweater, and we'll let you go. Kathleen.
Hey guys, Kathleen Geyer from the Next. Hailey, you've been such a phenomenal passer for your whole career, but with the assist to turnover ratio here, and even today, I think you guys had 19 assists on 24 baskets or something. How do you build that connection? How have you been able to do that this year with this new team?
Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, it starts on the games where we're missing shots and we still feed each other. Like the previous question that I answered where Madison missed 2 shots, I still threw it to her. Like, we have trust in each other to keep shooting, and we give each other confidence. If that was me and I just missed 2, I know they would pass it to me and want me to knock it down. So really, we just cultivate trust, and if you have a good shot, we want you to take it regardless of the outcome. And I think that mentality has been really useful for us. you know, when we overcome games that we're not really hitting shots or we need a big bucket.
I want to add to that. You know, like Hailey, I don't know if she's broken it or she's about to break our single season assist record. 7 away. But it's what we kind of talked about at the beginning. These two are so selfless with the way they play the game. And it's really easy to get buy-in from everybody else when your two best players play the game that way. And the 19 assists, we've already broken our team single season assist record. And so, again, it starts with these two, the maturity that they have, the unselfish, and they have one goal. They just want to win. And the trickle-down's been amazing.
Mark, what's the type of impact that Agnes made tonight coming back to the lineup?
Oh, if you only knew, Agnes hasn't practiced all week. She hasn't touched a ball since the Baylor game. And today at shoot-around was the first time we got 7 minutes, 8 minutes of shooting on the court after we did our scout. And so Agnes is a warrior. She's been the backbone of our program for the last 2 years. And so just to have her back in the fight, she impacts the game defensively on the glass. And just has a calming spirit to her always. And again, it's just another player. Agnes has won a national championship. Agnes has played in Final Fours. And so she's a kid that could not practice all week, step into a big-time game and deliver.
All right, Tia, we'll finish up with you.
Tia Reed, the next. Coach Hailey mentioned earlier how proud she was of Donovan. For this team being one of the oldest rosters in the country, how have you seen her as an underclassman step up and play like a veteran?
Yeah, Dono is the youngster on our team. And it hasn't been easy for Dono. It's almost like she had 2 freshman years. You know, a year ago at Oregon State, she was a true freshman point guard, had to learn their system, their staff, their players, and then now she did it again. Where she had to learn a new system with new players and new coaches. And there was a part in the season where we pulled her out of the starting lineup and just allowed her to breathe. And that kid just kept working and got to the point where we put her back in. And I think she has had an incredible impact. It's very similar to Agnes with the way she impacts the game with her humble spirit. But Dono's a quiet killer. You know, a year ago she played in the Elite 8 as a starting point guard on a really good ball club. And so even though she's young, she knows what it takes. And it's another kid that's just another selfless winner. Again, there's kind of a theme with this group and the way they compete and play the game. And I think it's also why we've come together so quickly. There's a really tight locker room, and there's a true sisterhood that we have.